No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today we're bringing y'all something very, very important and special on behalf of Texas, Los Angeles, and the whole Hoover community. OG Kunta is in the building.
What's good? What's good, man? It's great to be in the building, my guy.
I'm happy to be here, man. This is going to be a good one. We got a lot of history to go through and much more.
Right.
And introduce us to your partner here, too.
Okay, well, you already know, man. It's one of the hardest working dudes in Texas, man, period. I'm talking about jack of all trades, master of none. I mean, this CEO Hockley himself, Mr. CEO Hockley, a good brother, man, powerful brother, got some initiative in the community, you know what I'm saying, showing philanthropy, just basically showing entrepreneurship and, financial independence.
Facts.
Facts. No, we're happy to have you here. So, okay, just to get into it, though, tell me a little bit about your upbringing and what life was like before the modern era that we're going to spend a lot of time talking about here.
Okay, well, shit. My life really was simple, man. I grew up in Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying? And Fort Worth, for a long period of time, has been infested with gangs, you know what I'm saying? Me, myself being, a member of the Fort Worth community, I also find myself involved into the gangs, you know what I'm saying? And the politics that was going on. So after 35, 36 years, of my life, being on the streets, not all of it as an active, gang member. Because that's another thing, that I really want to talk about, is about the difference in the politics, because everybody seems to keep making that a problem, and it's really not a problem because politics is different everywhere. We got the United States, but ain't no state got the same laws.
But did you grow up knowing that your community was largely, consistent of Hoover members, or when did that come into focus?
Okay, well, see, Hoover came really kind of like in like 88.
Okay.
88 to Fort Worth.
And were you familiar with like who was kind of spreading that there?
Yeah,
or?
I'm familiar with that, but I ain't gonna drop those names.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do that.
For sure.
Yeah, but I'm familiar with those people. They were with them. A couple of those brothers are still alive to this day. Okay. And a couple of them are not.
Before that, was it all sort of local gangs, not LA names?
It was really more like a posse thing. You know what I'm saying?
Cliques.
You had neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, and everybody was kind of like a neighborhood posse. Okay. And then the Crips and the Bloods came, and everybody chose a side. Pretty much.
For sure.
But see, where our politics differ from here is that we never had generational beef in Texas. See, we never had that. See, a lot of people, they try to say, well, why is Texas not beefing like California? Because there's no generational beef in Texas.
Right.
There is in California. You know what I'm saying? And there's no disrespect to that, because I understand, people are where they come from. And they, some people are trapped in that type of thought.
Right.
But see, what freed us from it was that we began to get locked up. Like me and this brother, we did time together. Okay. Me and this brother here, we did time together. You know what I'm saying? Now me and him, we the same thing. But as you can see, we not.
Okay. Right?
Yeah, we not the same thing.
Yeah.
So how can I see that though?
Yeah, because I'm a media personality.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah. And he isn't.
Got it. That's the best way to say it.
For sure. But that wasn't an option during your youth.
Right. No.
Being a media personality was a lot more different.
Yeah, it was a lot more different.
You got to get an internship at the local TV station or something.
You finna go down through that. You got to be live on the scene.
Can we get the AC on thing right there? We gotta remember to do that. I keep telling them to do it and they don't do it. But okay, so but growing up though, would you say, because like I assume you saw this vlog that I did with Goyeo when I was out there.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that Fort Worth is an absolutely vicious place.
It truly
Murder
is. Murder Worth.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
And was it always like that? Like even when you were a kid, would it always kind of have that reputation?
Absolutely. I'm gonna say this 100%. Since I was a child, my forefathers were gangsters. They just were not gang members.
Okay.
You see. Now remember, just because you a gangster don't mean you have to be necessarily a gang member. You got a lot of dudes that are gangsters and they ain't got nothing to do with gangs, but that's more of the older first generation of the brothers out here. Because, when you look back into history, you see the mob. The mob had a lot of effect, and a lot of influence on the way black people was moving for a period of time. And then the gangs got the influence of the youth, the black youth. And then that's kind of where everything kind of went amok, you know.
For sure. What was the music that was the soundtrack to your childhood and everything? I'm just interested.
Shit, Menace to Society.
Okay.
No lie. Menace to Society. I mean, I was in the streets since I was like 12, 11 years old.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I done did everything, rob, steal, you name it. You know what I'm saying? No teardrops, but it's definitely some tears to go on there. You hit me, real life.
Uh-huh.
Because, my neighborhood, my city, we was, it was, the gang banging culture is very serious there, Now, as it is now, things have become a lot more about respect, and it's allowed a lot of the stuff down, know. But back in the early 90s, it was kill or be killed.
Right. 100%.
I mean, wherever corner you went and you didn't have on the right color, somebody popped at your head.
Yeah. Do you think that when all this gang stuff came to Texas that it made it a lot worse overall, a lot more dangerous?
Well, in the sense of black on black crime, yes.
Violence.
Yeah, of course it did. And this is where, Texas kind of like stood up and did something different, you see. Because see, if you notice in Texas has got, we got all kinds of Crips and we all on the same page. When you go into Texas is like the Mecca or the Medina of Crippin'. You know what I'm saying? See, this is Mecca right here. We in Mecca right now 100% because this is the pilgrimage. This is where the Crippin' and Bloodin' had its authenticity at right here.
Right.
Okay, but when you come to Texas, you get a different experience because no one's beefing there. The Hoovers are not hated all over the state of Texas, number one. And then the Hoovers and the 6-0s ain't beefing.
Right.
The Hoovers in the neighborhoods ain't beefing. The Hoovers in the 30s, the Hoovers in anybody that's cripping in Texas, the beef stops at the line, at the county line. I mean, at the
state line.
The state line.
Yeah.
It stops. Most of the guys that come from here and go down there, they see that immediately.
Yeah.
But then what my problem is why have none of these brothers gotten up and stopped the madness? Because see, I'm on this side of the fence. And I was the brother that was trying to make sure that there was never going to be a HCG and GC war because that's number one, black on black crime. You know what I'm saying?
If you enjoyed that clip, make sure you become a member for only $5 a month. It really helps support us, and it also gives you early access to all of our content. Let's go.